up, Urban Mystics? It's Unique Divination, and I am here for a February 2020 reading. It used to be called my chakra reading, but it's just going to be the monthly reading. And I'm going to pull some cards and see what energy we're working with under the month of February and how we need to move, okay? So, I'm going to pick one card from my tarot deck. I'm going to pick one essential oil card. I'm going to pick a chakra card, and we're going to randomly pick here. Okay, and one just fell out, so that was easy. I've got the Neuromonicon, which is going to help us understand a little bit about more of that chakra card that I just picked. We're going to do a Trust Your Vibes. One of those. And what else? Archetype card, which if any of you are familiar with my work, know that I'm big on shadow work and soul archetypes, and we will be figuring out what archetype may be strong with us this month of February, and if we're operating in it under a light aspect or a shadow aspect, or how to avoid the shadow aspect and operate under the light aspect. We're going to do a crystal card. Oh man, a whole bunch. I only need one. And I want to do two more cards. Past life and goddess guidance. All right, so what are we going to get into first? We're going to get into the essential oil first. And this is a blended oil, so it doesn't have a particular name, but it represents tension, okay? Tension is the name of the blended oil, and release is what it's focusing on. And the trigger statement is, I have nothing left. True statement is, I nurture myself. Dear one, it is time to settle. Create a sacred space where you can be in that place of rest. Healing will unfold, okay? So for those of us that feel like we can't go on, we have nothing left, you need to understand that you have to rejuvenate and revitalize yourself. All right, stop looking for outward rejuvenation or things outwardly to kind of help. You have to turn inward, okay? Inner guidance, inner help, inner rejuvenation. You nurture yourself and you can do it. How can you do it? Let's eat right. Let's get some sleep. Let's take some minerals and vitamins. Let's get some sun, vitamin D. Play. Make sure you're having fun. Make sure you're not just doing all serious stuff. Allow yourself to relax. And most importantly, breathe and meditate, right? Breathe and meditate, and let your ancestors and spirits know that they need to help you gain that energy or whatever it is that you need from within. So you calling your ancestors and your spirit guides to kind of help supply you also. All right. And with that being said, I'm going to move into my Trust Your Vibes card, which says calling your joy guides. All right. Your situation at this moment may feel critical, but don't allow it to become too serious or you'll lose your way. Remember, on a soul level, this too shall pass, and it will pass much easier with the help of your joy guides to lighten your mood and elevate your vibration so that you can move on to better times. Learn to recognize when your joy guides are on the scene. They like to play games and sometimes practical jokes with you to keep from taking things too personally. They're good at getting your attention with their antics. They may hide your keys, move your things, and steal one of your socks out of the dryer. Are the joy guides capturing your attention? Where or how are they getting you to relax a little and laugh at yourself? Let them. So that kind of flows into the essential oil card of tension, to kind of release and to nurture yourself. So that is one way that you can nurture yourself, by not taking things too serious. Let up, okay? Breathe a little bit. Gosh, I I can be the same way, where I take things too personal. I kind of have to like smack myself in the head and say, Unique, snap out of it. Everything is not serious all the time, right? The next card that I'm going to get into is the Tarot card, and this is the Magician card, which is reminding us that we have all the tools and resources we need, whether we realize it or not. Either you're not looking enough, or it's in your face and you're just not paying attention. You don't have that awareness to understand and see that you have tools and resources right in front of your very own eyes. Mercury is on this card, so that represents with communication. So for the month of February, we need to work on our communication skills and how we interact with people, how we connect with people, whether it be on a personal level or whether it be at work. You're going to have to use your communication skills. Watch how you talk to people, and watch how you allow other people to talk to you, okay? It's very important. Choose your words carefully in the month of February. Choose your words carefully, whether it be personally or at work. Stop saying anything that you want to your significant other. Stop saying crazy stuff at work and not understanding why people really don't want to connect with you. Just watch what you say. Watch what you say. Have some tact, some manners. Say things with decency. You can tell people how you feel, but let's stop with just saying whatever we want out of our mouth. Kind of put it in a way. Sometimes how we say things can kind of help people accept or reject what it is that we want to say as well. The Magician also represents a charlatan. So be careful that people are not just kind of saying whatever they want to kind of get what they need from you. Charlatans are people that they just don't tell the truth. They want to lie, manipulate, present illusions. So just watch for that. In the month of February, people are going to test you. It may be one person, it may be more than one person, who's going to try to pull the wool over your eyes and think that you don't know. So just keep that in the back of your mind when you're dealing with things, okay? Next, we have the goddess her name is Vesta, and she represents home. And this means that pretty much your household situation is improving, either through a move or a healthy change in the occupant. Somebody's leaving, somebody's coming. Maybe you're going to get a new home, maybe new furniture, but definitely something pertaining to your home is going to happen, and it's going to bring that element of happiness, joy, peace, serenity. That new article or that new element to your home is going to help out tremendously, and the vibration and the energy of your home life, okay? Next, we're going to get into past life, and this card is spirituality and religion, all right? And so it says, everyone's soul enjoys varied experiences and opportunities. So it's very common for us to explore a number of different religions and spiritual paths as we travel through lifetimes. While spiritual growth and knowledge accumulate during all lifetimes, the specific spiritual or religious path differs in each one. Perhaps the religion you were raised with doesn't coincide with your true beliefs. This acknowledgement may trigger guilt or fear or shame unless you are aware of the bigger picture. Your spiritual knowledge is housed within your soul, and you are an eternal being who is forever connected to divine infinite wisdom. This card asks you to explore alternative spiritual and religious paths. There you will find the inner peace and answers that you seek. So for those of you that are questioning your spiritual journey, you're questioning the religion that you grew up with, does this coincide with my beliefs now? That's okay. Continue to explore. If you're a Christian, it's okay to explore. Guess what? I was a Christian. I grew up in church. I was on the choir. We lived in church 7 days a week. It was not a day of the week that we were not in church. After I got 16, I asked my mom, could I not go anymore? I had started my own spiritual path at the age of 15, 16, starting to question things. Question Christianity and what the Bible represented. So if that's what's going on for you in the month of February, Go ahead and continue to explore. You don't need to indulge or tell anybody. Or if you found information, you don't have to force other people to have the same values and the same perspective as you, because it took you this long to get where you're at. You're not going to convince other people. I learned that a long time down my path is that maybe you want to plant some seeds, you want to show people some things, say some things, but don't try to force your way of thinking down people's throat, or it's going to piss people off and turn them off from even wanting to visit, you know, whatever you're exploring. So go ahead and explore. For the month of February, explore, explore, explore. Okay? Next, we're going to get into the shadow archetypes. And our archetype is a hilarious one. I mean, it's not hilarious. It's the Avenger archetype. All right? And for those of you that are not aware of archetypes, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I'm giving classes about soul archetypes. We have 4 primary soul archetypes that everybody collectively has embedded in us. And then the other 8 varies, okay? So this archetype is the soul archetype. I mean, it's the Avenger. And the light attribute is desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. Shadow attribute is resorting to violence in the name of a cause, okay? Look for a lifelong pattern of defending or representing causes on behalf of others, okay? Needs to balance the scales of justice, sometimes aggressively, pursues war criminals or corporations that harm society. Shadow Avenger manifests as resorting to violence, from acts of eco-terrorism to bombing abortion clinics. Okay, so that Avenger archetype, you know, maybe you want to stand up for somebody that can't speak for themselves. Whatever you do in this archetype, just make sure it doesn't resort to violence. You don't have to abuse anybody or put your hands on anybody for them to see your cause or another cause. Society right now is kind of conflicted over our president. He just got acquitted on all charges. So, you know, don't get into fights with anybody over politics. Politics is like religion, you know, especially in the workplace. We don't want to discuss that. Just don't get involved in that. Don't feel like you have to avenge your political stance. It's not even worth it. People are going to feel like how they're going to feel. And unless something affects them, most likely people really don't change their mind on things, okay? So just remember that. Next, we have our crystal. Our crystal. And this deals with integration. And this is a polychrome jasper. Very beautiful crystal. If you can get your hands on this crystal, I recommend that you do. And it represents belonging, right? It's a shaman stone that assists with traveling between worlds, offering protection while you travel. It helps you to remember why you're living on this earth. I totally need this because I've been questioning lately, like, why am I here? Y'all ever go through that? Just sitting here, or maybe it's bad news. When Kobe died, man, when Kobe and Gianna died, I just was like, why? Why are we put on this earth to just die like this? So, you know, we all go through it. You belong to a greater group, be it a family or a clan. If you feel isolated, reach out to others out of strength rather than neediness. The stone offers you security. For companionship, choose an animal ally. Ground your efforts in the practical, everyday world. You have the gift of mediation and see all sides of an issue. Big changes are in the offing. Concentrate on practical outcomes, be down to earth, but pay attention to dreams. Balance your emotional energies and nurture yourself to find joy. Find your power ally and stay under its protection and guidance. Give assistance to those who seek freedom. Guard against giving away your power. Disease arises out of ancestral distress carried in DNA. Healing and forgiveness sent down your family line. Replace this with well-being. This is an earthy frequency. The chakra is the spleen, and that's under the left armpit. Earth star and soma, which is the mid-hairline. Timing is Leo, Libra, and Aquarius, so it's especially good for y'all. Soul path is integration and connection, okay? So that's very important. And then last, we have our chakra card, okay, which, this is not the right book. Where's my chakra book? This is the crown chakra that we're going to be dealing with. So let me find it in this book. Oh, no. All right, crown. 169. So before I get into the crown chakra card, I want to read an excerpt from the Neuromonicon, which is written by Nathaniel J. Harris, a 21st century grimoire. So, Sahasrara chakra, or the crown circuit, associated with the ineffable circuit of Hesed, that's the a Hebrew word, the violet ray of the archetypes, Kundalini's union with the Shiva, the bridal chamber of the Gnostics, and hyper-gamma brainwave. So, if you want to help replenish, rejuvenate your crown chakra, you want to listen to hyper-gamma brainwaves. Situated just above the crown of the head, it corresponds to the area of the brain deemed to be the source of gamma frequencies. The crown circuit is related to pure consciousness, esoteric wisdom, the death of the body, the release of karma, and the condition of samadhi, atonement. Physically, it governs the secretions of the pineal gland and their communication to the endocrine system, also connecting to the nervous system via the hypothalamus. The voices magicae is A-U-M. Combined with the visualization of a glowing ball of violet light above the crown of the head and or in the corresponding areas of the brain. Okay, so just to add a little bit of research and science with that. So our chakra card is release. Okay, release, release, release. See all that you are, for you possess a power that you have yet to understand. This may feel daunting, but a great freedom awaits as you meet your shadow self. Profound inner wisdom is coming to you. Stand steady. You are more than you know. There's more. Hold on. There's a story behind this card. Shadow Gray Storm. I can no longer keep your secrets. Nikita cuts through the graveyard as she rushes home in the wind and rain. She is terrified when Shadow Gray Storm appears and speaks in her own voice, repeating painful things she has said to herself and others. It's all your fault. I'll never forgive any of you. As she listens in the rain to her own words, she learns it is she who has been making herself miserable. She leaves the graveyard with a changed heart, ready to forgive herself and others. This is about personal responsibility and release of blame. It is time to clear the debris and move on. You cannot move forward while you continue to hide. This indicates healing family of origin issues. Am I ready to face my past and let go? Key ideas: release, dwelling on the past, righteous anger, change in consciousness, judgment day, seeing clearly, hidden truth, and great discovery. Keywords: healing, remission, and integration. There's a meditation piece for this card. To do this meditation, you must have no distractions. Shadow Gray Storm simply asks that you sit and listen. In the silence, you will hear yourself. If you sincerely seek freedom, Shadow Gray Storm may come to you. Okay, so release, blame, guilt, shame, anger, doubt, fear. Just work on releasing it all for yourself and for other people, how you view other people. If you need to forgive other people, just release. Okay, so this is our general reading for February 2020. I hope it resonates with you. Please let me know. I like to hear back from you guys, and it helps me gauge if it resonates and I'm going in the right direction. So feel free to reach out, okay? All right, I'll talk to y'all in March.